Everyone's making one recipe each. Really short, sharp recipe. I've pre-measured my ingredients. I've got 1 cup and 1/4 cup of flour, and it is plain flour, not self-raising flour. And I'm going to put in my corn flour. So I've got, rice flour. I'm putting in a tablespoon of rice flour. Now, in plain flour, there's proteins in the flour. When they rub together, they make gluten, which is a very tough and stringy elastic. That's what gives pizza its shape and gives bread its texture as well. We don't want that because we want short shortbreads. So we want to use a little bit of another flour as well to help just break it down, make it shorter. So there's no gluten in rice flour because it makes rice, and rice has no gluten in it. So if you're a celiac, you couldn't have any gluten. You'd be eating rice flours and other flours like that, not plain flour. Sifting it together to remove lumps and any bugs and any bits and pieces that might end up in the flour. Sometimes it's packaging as well. Just mix it through so the corn flour does mix through. So it's 1 1/4 cups of flour. Now add the sugar now, so it's 2 tablespoons. Pre-measured that of sugar. Now, same as when we made the scones. If I say to you rubbing method, what does that mean to you?
You use your fingertips.
Thank you, you use your fingertips and not your palm. So we've got cold butter. Get out of there. Alright, done. So breaking it up into small pieces, and then once it's in small pieces, we're going to rub it together. Okay? What was that? Now it's all rubbed through, we're going to add my vanilla. So I've got, how much vanilla is going into that? Have a look at your recipes. How much?
Of what? Vanilla?
Tablespoon.
Half a teaspoon.
A teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon.
Yeah, whatever.
And goes vanilla. Just going to try and mix it through with this a bit before I get in there with my hands and mix it up and knead it up. Now the recipe does say to knead well. You don't want to knead it too much because it's obviously it's going to not be short anymore. It won't be tall, it'll just be crunchy and hard and rocky. Right, now bring that together. Now it does say to put it on a floured board. However, I do find it's better sometimes just to work it on a bench because the boards you have are plastic, and they've got little grooves in them and they get stuck in there and it's hard to roll. It says to use a lightly floured bench so it doesn't stick. If you add too much flour to it, it will, too floury and too dry, and then it won't work very well. There is a cheat you can do. I'll demo it, but I don't want you doing it because it's just a waste of paper today. Can I have 2 sheets of baking paper, please? Actually, if you're going to do this, you can do it today, but don't everyone grab their own paper. Share, because you can use more than good paper. Thank you. So it's come into a ball shape. Got rid of most of the cracks. It's holding together. Get it off the board, bench. This works with all pastries. Because this is non-stick paper. And I roll it between the paper.
What is that supposed to do?
So it flattens it out.
So the rolling pin doesn't stick to
That's
the
right.
dough.
So I peel it off. Hasn't stuck to the bench. Hasn't stuck to the rolling pin. Hasn't stunk either. Now, the recipe once again says you can use shapes. You can just use any old cutters or quick cutters if you want to. Today, just for ease of time and equipment that's available to us right now, we'll cut it into strips using just the butter knife. Or if you want to get fancy, get a knife and try and cut some shapes. You want, when you bake anything in the oven, you're doing multiples, so scones or biscuits or chocolate, whatever it is, it should all be roughly the same size. If you have a tiny piece and a big piece, the tiny piece will cook quickly, the big piece cooks slowly, and they won't be cooked evenly. So by the time it's cooked, something will be underdone, something will be burnt. No, because it won't work as well. When you go to eat it, it'll just crumble up and fall apart. And it might not cook through properly, so I'm just going to get a knife and just try and cut that. Now I've got a sugar in it. Cuz, a spoon of sugar, please.
Sugar, flour.
I'm using a butter knife, not a steak knife, so I don't scratch and damage the bench. Because if we scratch the bench, germs can hide. Thank you. And then the next person uses the bench, or you guys next time in the future, can get food poisoning. So roughly the same size. Also, don't make them too big, because even if though it's really nice, if you make it too big, you start eating it, you have to eat it all, you make yourself feel sick. Nice bite-sized pieces. It's going to cheat a little bit, sprinkle some sugar over it. Try it. Hello, bacon trays off, please, guys. And that hasn't stuck at all. Thank you. It's Monday morning, or words leave me. And that's it. It goes in the oven, 160 degrees, until pale fawn colour. So it's going to start to go a little bit brown, right? And when mine is done, I'll stop you and show you what mine looks like. Out of the oven, they've got a slight colour to it. We need to pull them down now. Quickest way, easiest way, pulling rack, tray, paper. Whoops, tray out. And then they're still very, very hot, so just slide them off. The old bit. Yeah, it kind of works. Alright, as you can see, the bottom of them is just a little bit brown. That is perfect. You don't want these to be brown, just cooked. They'll cool down, and then hopefully when they're cooked, and also now, they're just nice and crumbly and falling apart. Beautiful. Thank you. Back to